5 at 3. It birds when I don't know what I'm trying to say. But anyways, we've got some comments here from the developers that we're going to get into. And then we've also got some unresolved issues. Let's just get into it right now. Battle Pass points and Forever Patriot. Since there is no Cosmic Crucible this week, we are sending all players points to help in pass progression. We will be making more Iron Patriot shards available to all players. And this week's Friday, Free Claim Friday, will include 5 shards of Iron Patriot. And you can also find more shards in the upcoming Alliance event. We'll also be sending an extra 10 shards of Iron Patriot to all players and inboxes. And we're going to read a Reddit post about this because I don't think this addresses some of the issues with the event, right? And then additionally, if players receive all the possible Patriot Orb fragments, they'll be left with 250 Orb fragments in their inventory. This was done to get a little overflow. We understand it feels bad to have an incomplete orb, so we'll send all players 1715 Orb fragments, make the orb whole. And fine, I'll take it. But I do relate with this is that I had 250. They gave me 200. I had 500. And so by giving me 1750, I'm going to end up with 250. And then the sarcasm, thanks for the feedback. We now send players 1500 fragments. All right. But let's keep going. These compensations should resolve the recent event issues. Thank you to your feedback on these topics. Be sure to use Hive Mind in raids during progress in the Atomic Fallout event, which was improved today, to get more points using Hive Mind. This should help make it easier to reach the scoring limit without changing everyday raid habits. Now, I don't feel like this addresses the core issue, and I don't entirely 100% agree with this post, but I think it's a good point. And so I just want to read what some of the issues the way that some of the people in the community are seeing this. Iron Patriot fails to acknowledge the big issue. Scopely doesn't play its own game. I do think there are people that play the game. I know for a fact that Archangel is pretty hardcore. Multiple content creators do math videos before events, and the math on occasion does not add up. So how is it they can calculate the math right and not Scopely? Good question. There's a mistake on one of the events showing the week in Blitz for the event. Yeah, and that was yesterday. That's this event right here, Atomic Fallout event. It said in-game messaging and also in the scoring section Blitz, but there was some clarification from Archangel that was visually wrong and the event is correct and it was not supposed to say Blitz. Anyways, and the fact we haven't been able to complete the last showcase free to play anymore, let alone completing the last one, because the guaranteed drop rate for Iron Patriot was set at 1 on those orbs. Just why? And so the problem is twofold on this, is that some people could not get through it and other people randomly got good drops out of these orbs, and they could. So it was like half of the free-to-play players could and half of them couldn't. So like, I get it if they wanted to make it so that free-to-play players couldn't, but that's not what happened. Some were able to and some weren't. So what was their intent? Was their intent only for a percentage of them and then to penalize the unlikely people? That's the part I don't understand. If a Scopely employee enjoyed their own game and played it, I do think there's employees over that like and enjoy the game. Like Extra Player would in terms of unlocking characters, how we have to, and playing it through events. I feel like they would come across these things. Coming first circle, yes, we're going to get Iron Patriot charge to unlock the character. So he's referring to the post. One of those who finished at 98 out of 100, so he didn't get the unlock. But that's not what players are upset, since we know we would have unlocked him anyway, since shards, the most recent character, are usually added in some near future event. Yeah, that's the point, is like he'll get unlocked eventually someday. We're upset because it's either incompetence, calculating the wrong math dates, or malice, hiding the showcase events behind a paywall now. Just look at Cabal and Out of Time recently. I'm pretty sure players would be even willing to QA for Scopely if they get compensated something cool like special skins or some resources. Just curious what people's feelings are towards how showcase events have been playing out recently with all these recent bugs. So the part that I don't understand is what I said at the beginning. Because it was random, and if you had bad luck, you only got one orb. You only got one out of an orb. Some of the free-to-play players couldn't finish the showcase event, and the ones that got lucky could. So was that their intent? So was it either incompetence, or did they want half the people to be able to get through it and the other half? I don't know. I do not know. Also, I think this is kind of an interesting move here. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is getting a proper PC client. I know I have been using an emulator to play Marvel Strike Force. I use LD Player. I would love it, absolutely love it, if there was a PC client on Marvel Strike Force. And not only that, I know that Marvel Strike Force has a web store, but the main reason why like Galaxy of Heroes uses a web store and creates a PC client is so they could sidestep some of the fees that are associated with going through the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. I've heard that the fees are as high as 30%, and you would think that they could get around some of those fees by creating their own app, and I think that would be great if Marvel Strike Force did that, and hopefully it's more stable. Baka did some analysis on the Strike Pass. I typically buy the Strike Pass because it has 1,000 cores for the $20, and then there's also gold, and I need a lot of gold. So this is a meaningful amount of gold right here. In general, in this game, the Strike Pass and the Battle Pass are going to be the best value as opposed to offers. And the bad news is that there's $20 and there's one every week. And so that's $80 a month in battle passes. Like, I can understand if it was like $20 for all four or something like that. It just seems like a lot of money. But as far as relative value goes in this game, these passes are better values than any of the individual offers. And if you're going to spend $80 on Marvel Strike Force, the general feeling is that this is where you should spend the $80 first. All right, let's keep going. We talked about this yesterday. Black Knight was added to the premium orbs. Black Knight, it has a 2% drop rate. This replaces Icarus. So if you have 100 orbs lying around, you should on average about 30 Black Knight shards per 100 orbs. So the drop rates are not great. Also, Black Knight is a dark promotion credit character. And when they announced the new system where they increased the availability of character shards, saying that a normal character releases, a player should be able to get to 7 yellow stars by free-to-play gameplay in 6 months, they were specifically excluding dark promotion credit characters. Black Knight is most certainly a dark promotion credit character, and most certainly Black Knight is a step up. My opinion, outside of Mephisto, you've got Super Skrull, Apocalypse, Black Knight as being the best characters in the game. He is very, very good. Also, there's an offer here, which is 400,000 fragments for Elite 4s for $5. I bought this to see how many of these would convert into an Elite 7 so that it could convert the Elite 7 into 5 diamond credits, silver diamond credits. And the number is 5. That's what I got. Now, other people got different numbers, but I was basically able to get one Elite 7 out of this. So for late game players, this did not add any value to me personally. I think newer players, maybe. Also, Beta Ray Bill unlocked Mephisto. Looks like Fate's Fury also unlocked Mephisto. So there's a couple people that are getting through Dark Dimension 7. And congratulations for doing that. Then, as you know, there's some unresolved issues in the game. And there's 3 unresolved issues, and some of them are more important than others. I mean, they did address some of them right here. But in general, we've got the open all orbs has been disabled. No word about that. We don't have Cosmic Crucible this week. They're trying to fix the leaderboard issue and resolve the payout from the end of season last week. So we've had no end of season Cosmic Crucible payout. And that's kind of a big deal because that's where we're going to get the Dark Diamond promotion credits to like upgrade Apocalypse to, you can, like for me, I'm waiting to get Apocalypse to 3 diamonds. No word on that. And then to a lesser degree, there's also a red dot issue. So those where the notification is showing a dot and even if you clear it, it comes back. So those are the 3 issues that still have not been resolved. I know they weren't in the office on Monday, but today is Wednesday, so there's been 2 days. We're already midweek. I personally thought that some of this would have been settled by now. And then for me, I said this a couple times, I'm kind of devastated that Cosmic Crucible, but a lot of people are actually okay with this. I know my wife Kat plays the game, and she's kind of happy to not play Cosmic Crucible. There was a poll done on the player's voice movement as part of the needed double check Cosmic Crucible leaderboards. We were given a week off from Cosmic Crucible. How do you feel about this? And most people are like, great, I could use a mental break. And then I think I was in this category 4 right here, bad. This is one of my favorite modes, and I miss playing this week. But you can see that most people are on that top tier of being okay with it. And then there's this meme right here. MSF gameplay this week is imagination, just URTA. I just think it's a little slow. And then here we have an Age of X introduction is great. Absolutely love the Age of X introduction. And if you haven't gone through this, you can go in and game. And it doesn't matter what level you are. All of the characters are pre-populated. And it's mostly story mode, but there are some good rewards on the first time completion, some training materials that I think a lot of people leave. And then there's some nodes that you can farm and get some gold orbs, but it doesn't seem that impactful. I know a lot of people don't give two Cosmo turds about the story of the game, but I really appreciate it. This is probably the most upvoted post I've seen in the last couple days. The Age of X intro gave a lot of backstory that references both the MCU and classic comics. They acknowledged the original X-Men lineup, and which was cool. Plus the story they're queuing up seems really interesting. As far as the fights go, if you don't care about the story, just play them and skip the dialogue and get the free rewards. And then lastly, I've been doing some live streaming on YouTube, but mostly the reason for that is that I'm going to see the solar eclipse in Texas. I'm going to be hanging out with Valley Flying, and so I've been trying to test out my equipment for that. So that should be next Monday. But tonight we'll be running around the streets of Las Vegas. We're going to visit places like the Sphere, and hopefully I've got my setup finalized. I've done 2 live streams already, but my audio equipment was wrong, so I had to go buy more audio equipment. So if you're interested in hanging out with us in Vegas, I'd love to come see you. That'll be later on tonight. All right, let me know what you think in the comment section, and as always, thanks for watching. Bye for now. And Super Skull's trash.